Wyclef, let me explain this again. Wyclef had just sold 13 million records in one album. And I come up to him and I ask him to get on an album of a new, not even Fat Joe. It's a new artist that hasn't even put a record out yet. And you show up to the studio and you do the record with him. What was that like in the studio with Big Pun?
For me, it was crazy because Pun, I was a fan. But what was amazing was, how did you know that I could bar for bar with Pun on Caribbean Connection? Like, how did you know? Because that would be hard for someone to understand. Because when you think of Clef, you're not thinking of bars first. You're thinking of the music guy. He gonna pull a guitar and start to, you know, like. So for me, you took me back to my original element, which is battle rapping in the streets. So for me, you took me back to the Clef that used to be nice with the slap box, super nice. And I was like, I gotta find another way. One day I saw two dudes like literally going at each other. And I was like, yo, why are they not shooting each other? He was like, yo, this is called battle rap. So I became a wordsmith so I wouldn't have to fight as much. So for me, in the studio, I felt honored because like when I saw Pun, I see you have to understand, for me as a Caribbean guy, it was just like coming home. You know what I mean? That I've done a lot of sessions in my time. I've been in the studio with Michael Jackson. I've been in the studio with a lot of airs, but the top 5 energy that I felt in my life, one of the 5 is being in the studio with y'all.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. And you really went toe to toe with Big Pun on the classic album. Lyrically, blow for blow. Mucho trabajo.
Mucho trabajo. Poquito dinero.
Yo, Wyclef, let me ask you something. Years ago, everybody was saying Wyclef going for president of Haiti. Was you seriously going for president of Haiti? And what stopped you if you didn't go for president of Haiti and you didn't win?
Well, definitely thank you for this question. It's probably one of the most important questions in my life. I was serious because Malcolm X was serious. Marcus Garvey was serious. Martin Luther King was serious. Haiti is the first Black republic of 1804. So I don't think that we are created on this planet to sing, dance, eat food, have a good time, and then disappear. So for me, when I look at like Marcus Garvey and what he did, I felt like I'm chosen for a bigger purpose. If I come from this tiny village, like in the statistics, you don't make it out, what am I gonna do? So for me, when the earthquake hit, I ran. And this is why I ran, because I feel like the situation of Haiti, one of the things that we have to understand is, how do trade policies work? So we constantly talk about, yo, you know, we want Haiti to come back. Well, how is Haiti going to get back if the farming economy is crippled? How is Haiti going to get back if you say you want to bring education to Haiti, but a kid is 13 years old already? What kind of education are you going to bring him? So I was talking about bringing agri-banks for credit. I was talking about building the farmer union and literally starting again from the beginning. You know what I mean? So what took me out of the race is, I'm not going to lie to you, if I gave the order, I probably wouldn't be here, because I would have had millions of kids die. But it's not about me. It was about the people of Haiti. So the way that they took me out of the race was illegal, because at the end of the day, they said I had to live in the country for 5 years, but that's the propaganda they spread to the West. So if I ask the West right now, do anybody know how Haitian law works? Y'all be like, no, but they said you got to be there for 5 years. But we know how the U.S. Constitution works. And let me tell you how the Haitian Constitution works. I had a diplomatic passport. So I felt that the powers that be took me out illegally, but I left the country, came back, and I supported Michel Martelly, who became the president, and then after that, his successor, Jovenel Moise, who's the president now. You know.
Yeah, you know, Haiti. There's a thing. There's there's a conspiracy that I got about Haiti. Because it was the first country that black people overthrew slavery and became independent, overpowered slavery, not give it to them. I've always felt that the powers that be never want to see Haiti prosper, because Haiti is a symbol of power and a symbol of, that's the first place to stop all slavery. So I always thought they can help Haiti, but they don't want to, because it's too much of a powerful symbol. That's just Fat Joe conspiracy theory.
Well, I mean, I definitely understand what you're saying, 100%, but I can give you a few more things. You know, Haiti's the babysitting capital for cocaine of the world, right? That's a reality. You know what I mean? So if we was just to start with that one thing, we could go somewhere else. When you say that Haiti got its independence, 100%, but then the French turned around and put a tax on us, and that tax is literally, to your point, what cripples an economy, and people don't want to see us move forward. But I want everybody that's on the chat right now to understand something, that the Haitians helped the Dominicans get their independence. So at the end of the day, the Haitians and the Dominicans should be more brothers and sisters. And let me tell you something. Hugo Chavez, the general out of Venezuela who passed away, when we went to see Hugo Chavez, when the Haitians went to see him, he said, look, at the end of the day, any help y'all need with the oil, I am going to help y'all with the oil. Because if it wasn't for Haiti, Venezuela would not have been free. If you come right over to America, the Louisiana Purchase, here the sweetest real estate deal that was ever done. This deal, American historians would tell you that that deal would not have happened if it wasn't for the Haitians. So I just want to show you, to your point, exactly, you know, but it's going to be hard to hold us back now, because through the internet, we can communicate. Like this conversation that's happening here, you know, is the conversation that's going to spread the information.
Yeah, man. Yo, Wyclef, let me tell you something, man. You know, I've been to Haiti, no security, having a great time. I remember I went over there, and the president's son, I forget his name.
Olivier.
Yeah, Olivier.
My nephew.
They had me.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. They had me with the president and the president's son chilling. Yeah. And then I got the phone call from the gangsters from the other side of town. And so I went over there, and they were like, I sat down there. First of all, whoever ran the place at that time, his mother loved Fat Joe. So they wanted me to say hi to his mother. I go in the house, say hi to her, and then it was like, yo, why you over there with the president and them? We the ones who really run the streets out here. Those guys ain't got no juice. I'm like, how the fuck they doing with the president and them over there? Yo, that shit is crazy over there, man. But Haiti showed me so much love, B. And I love Haiti. Do you see it getting better? Do you see something changing to make them, you know, come back stronger?
I think in Haiti, for Haiti to come back stronger, one of the things that have to happen is the developments that are happening in Africa now. A lot of tech is starting to be developed out of there. The idea of coming up with different ways to move the money around through digital banking. They're talking about creating their own WhatsApp in Africa right now, different things like that. So I think that we have, in order for Haiti to come back forward, we have to focus on the technology. As the world is moving forward with technology, we have to think of different ways in teaching people how to learn. You know what I mean? The physicality of building a place and bringing kids through at the end of the day, when everyone's living, 80% is living less than on $1 a day. We have to think of how we change these things.
You know, Wyclef, you started out by saying you're a sound clasher. There's one dub that you had that everyone would talk, Buju Banton, whoever you name would talk about this. You had a Michael Jackson dub play.
Yeah.
How did you break down to Michael what the dub plate is? How do you get Michael Jackson to do a Wyclef Jean dub plate?
Well, I think for me, let's go back to my Whitney Houston dub plate. So if you listen to my Whitney Houston, so I just want everybody to know nobody on earth have the Queen of Pop and the King of Pop. So if any sound boy is listening to this right now, just you already know you planted your coffin. So let me continue. So when I was explaining to Whitney what I needed for a dub plate, Whitney was like, and at the time, Dennis Brown just passed away. I was like, yo, could you say rest in peace to Dennis Brown? And I was explaining to her who he was. So for me, you know, dub plates, when I was sitting with Michael, I was in the studio, we did a remix. But what was crazy about Michael is I'm a jokester and I'm always cracking jokes with my friends. Like those that know me know I'm just a funny guy. So one day my phone goes off and I pick up and it's like, hello. I'm like, hello? Hello, it's Michael Jackson. Get the fuck out of here. And I hang up the phone. And yo, 5 minutes later, the same person called back. Hello. Yeah, what up? Mike. And I start to realize it's Michael Jackson.
Really, Michael Jackson.
So I'm tripping now. And Michael is telling me he's in Asia and he turns on the TV and he sees this guy who puts his hands up. He's doing a song called Gone to November. And all of these women come out with violins in the middle of the airport. And he was like, I have to work with this guy. So he comes and he meets me in Sony's studio in New York. My man E's in there, my crew's in there. And it was, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I probably never painted this story like this. So here it is. Skip, who's Michael Jackson's manager, says, yo, you gotta clear the studio. Michael's coming up. Michael is coming up from the back elevator because there's a secret elevator that's built for Michael Jackson.
He had his own elevator in there.
Yeah.
He had his own elevator.
So his own elevator. And when it came up, it can open up in any of the studios and you literally look like Michael Jackson is walking to you from the control room. So literally now, when Skip tells me this, I get back in my room and you know what the Hit Factory is like. It's Clef. So it's like literally a Top Shotters movie. So I say, yo, boy, you know, none of y'all can't stand here because Michael Jackson will come. They say, oh, Michael Jackson will come where? No blood clot Michael Jackson will come here. I say, yo, y'all got to get out of here, man. Michael Jackson is coming. Yo, you serious, man? Yo, man, we don't care about no Michael, man. We don't care about Michael. And as I'm arguing with him, the elevator opened and Michael Jackson is walking. And Michael opens this door. You already know what the ganja and the smoke look like. A Snoop Dogg video times a trillion. So for me, Mike walks in. And so you got to understand as Caribbean people, when I tell you how shocked we were. So my boys, that was like real cool. They, yo, Mr. Michael Jackson, bless up Michael Jackson. Yo, like 1,000 bless ups and they left. And when I was in there with Michael Jackson, I was explaining to him, I need to kill some people. I need them dead, Michael. I don't need them breathing, Michael. And Michael goes, I can't hurt nobody, Clef, you know I'm loved. And I'm like, no, Michael, it's musical killing. You know, it's not like you're going to kill them physically. I'm going to kill them. The funk is going to be so great. And I sold Mike on it, and he did it.
And what did he say? How did he come on? Because this was historical. You played it at a fully loaded.
Well,
right?
the reason why I wanted Michael, because I was about to play the biggest sound clash in the world. Me, DJ Khaled, Mighty Crown, and it's like the biggest thing. And I really wanted to.
What did he say, Clef? And which one he did over?
The refugee sound. will kill a sound boy. They're gonna murder you. You better watch out. Refugees will kill a sound boy. Watch out.
Right.
They're gonna murder you, yo.
Oh my God. Yo, Wyclef, did you start that with like him just talking without no music at first?
No music.
What'd he say? Hi, this is Michael Jackson. Ah!
You know Michael Jackson, I gotta get him to tag the refugee camp. You know what I'm saying?
That was it though, yo, Clef. You was waiting for that moment, huh?
Well, I was waiting for the moment, but it's like a chess game. You know what I'm saying? Because it's fully loaded. And, you know, at the time, Mataran already set me up, right? Because, you know, Mataran is ill because Mataran hype in the way he said, Mataran brought me to my first dance. My first dub I ever cut was Fujila. You know, and Mighty Mataran brought me to the dance. So I'm a student of his, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I really wanted to make that kind of an impact. And you know how dubs are, it's all about the intro. It's all about the talk. So I paced it right. Yo, I can't even tell you how many gunshots went off when a Michael, yo.
That was it, huh, Clef?
That was it.
I heard that all the way back in New York. They was hitting me so crazy. They said, yo, Wyclef is at the sound class. He played Michael Jackson. Yo, they was going crazy.
Yo, you want me to show you how I wrote Maria Maria?
Please, please. This is the Joker moment. Show me how you, I know how you wrote Maria Maria, but I won't say nothing. You gonna say it. I know how you wrote it.
So here we go. So when y'all hear the part that goes.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Ah!
That's how I wrote it, man.
Shout out DJ Clark Kent. He's on the check-in. Hey, y'all, let me tell them one funny story before we leave. How the super producer, Salam Remy, he made a beat for me. And it was my beat, and I'm supposed to do it. Salam Remy has done Fugees, Amy Winehouse, whatever you could think of in the universe. And so he made me a beat. And then you guys pull up to the studio and you tell him to play you some music. He said, well, I made this beat for Fat Joe. And the Fugees said, well, play it for us. Continue the story from there, Clef.
Yo, we heard the beat. You know, he's like, he played it for Fat Joe. And then, so the beat that we ended up, you know, spitting on that Fat Joe beat, it was, we used to be down by 10. Now we permanent in one hand, the battle lost my finger. Might become my arm, piston as a hit your nasal. Blood becomes you warm, tell her, woman be easy now. Ooh la la la. It's the way that we rock when we do it. So there would be no Fuji La without the beat that we borrowed from Fat Joe. This is factual.
Yo, Wyclef, I tell these people stories every night. They don't, but I know it don't sound true. It sounds like a lie. No, I'm telling you, yo, Wyclef, it always sounds like a lie. Like it ain't real.
Yeah.
But it's the truth, man.
It's truth. It's the truth.
That is a Joker moment for these guys. Yo, Wyclef, before I let you go, my brother, yes, Clark Kent. That is a true story, Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Let me get your top 5 greatest artists, not just rappers, artists of all time, because you deal with too much music.
Yeah, I think, you know, for me, you know, we have to say Bob Marley, you know, we have to say Jimi Hendrix, you know, we have to say Billie Holiday. You know, that's really important. We have to say Rakim.
Woo!
And that's insanely important, you know. And for me, I have to say Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. That's MJ is different, you know.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson is different, man. Yo, Wyclef Jean, I love you, my brother. Thank you for coming on here, spending some time with us, giving us
I
some
love you,
incredible.
Sensei. And you already know I look forward on having you on my podcast. Run that back. We're gonna talk that shit.
Very soon. I love you, Wyclef. Thank
Love
you
you
so
too,
much,
King.
man.
Bless.
Sapase,
Nabule!
nebule. You don't know who I know. You know what I'm gonna do is clock in. I think I'm gonna quit on these people, on these journalists, and I can't keep doing this shit. I can't keep bringing you the biggest and the best of all time. Jeff Aronson on the check-in. I cannot keep doing this. Doing the most amazing shit ever. You don't know who I know. This is the Big Show. Every night. Pristine Jewelers, I got a guest. Legendary guest. I don't see him. This like, I'm trying to tell you, your clock can't. We the biggest, we the